Jake's fingers fumbled with the time card as he clocked out from another mundane night shift at the convenience store. The fluorescent lights flickered above him as he pushed open the glass door, expecting the usual hum of streetlights and distant traffic. However, the moment he stepped outside, the familiar sight of the parking lot had transformed into an ominous wilderness. A dense jungle loomed where asphalt and streetlights had been just hours before. The air was thick with an unfamiliar humidity, and the night was alive with the alien sounds of unseen creatures. The once familiar surroundings were now an impenetrable tangle of vegetation, panic clenched at Jake's chest as he surveyed the surreal landscape. The convenience store stood eerily unchanged, its glow casting long shadows into the wild. It felt like a scene from a nightmarish twist on reality that left him questioning his sanity. Determined to make sense of the inexplicable, Jake cautiously approached the convenience store. The sliding glass doors opened with an eerie creak, and he stepped into the empty store. The shelves, once stocked with snacks and necessities, were now barren. The familiar hum of refrigerators was replaced by an unsettling silence, echoing his footsteps on the deserted tiles. As Jake wandered through the silent aisles, a sense of isolation settled over him. No co-workers, no customers, just an oppressive stillness. He glanced at his phone, hoping for a signal, but it stubbornly displayed no service. The realization sank in. He was alone in this bizarre parallel universe. With no other option, Jake ventured back outside, determined to explore the mysterious jungle that surrounded the convenience store. Every step was a struggle through thick underbrush and tangled vines. The air was stifling, and the shadows seemed to dance with a life of their own. The night unfolded into a surreal journey as Jake navigated through the alien landscape. Unearthly sounds echoed through the trees, and strange shadows flitted at the edge of his vision. It was as if the jungle itself was alive, reacting to his every move. Fear gnawed at him, but the only way out was forward. After what felt like hours, Jake stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. In the center stood an ancient-looking monument covered in moss, its purpose unknown. Symbols that seemed to pulse with energy adorned its weathered surface. As Jake approached, a low hum resonated in the air, sending shivers down his spine. With a deep breath, he touched the moss-covered monument. The world around him wavered, and the jungle morphed into an alien landscape. It was a surreal mirror of his hometown, with twisted versions of familiar landmarks. The convenience store, now a haunting shell of its former self, loomed in the distance. Driven by the desperate need to return home, Jake pressed on through the distorted town. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy, and his surroundings seemed to shift and contort. Shadows whispered of forgotten secrets, and the buildings themselves seemed to groan with a sinister history. As Jake navigated this nightmarish parallel world, he stumbled upon a shadowy figure, a distorted reflection of himself. The doppelganger moved with a haunting familiarity, mirroring Jake's every step. Dread settled in as he realized that this twisted version of himself was a manifestation of the parallel reality. Determined to break free, Jake confronted his doppelganger. The air pulsed with an unsettling tension as the two versions of him locked eyes. It was as if the fabric of reality itself hung in the balance. With a sudden, dissonant screech, the distorted world began to unravel. Buildings crumbled, and the jungle reasserted its dominance. In the chaos, Jake found himself back at the clearing with the moss-covered monument. As the world around him stabilized, Jake hesitated. The once surreal monument now seemed to beckon him with an almost pleading energy. With a mix of fear and curiosity, he touched it once again. The world twisted and turned, reality folding upon itself. When the disorienting whirlwind subsided, Jake found himself standing in the parking lot of the convenience store. The familiar hum of streetlights and distant traffic greeted him. Relief washed over him as he realized he had returned to his own reality. The jungle, the twisted town, and the haunting doppelganger were all gone. The convenience store stood silent, its glass doors reflecting the dimly lit parking lot. Shaken by the harrowing experience, Jake hesitated before entering the store. He glanced back at the time clock, still unsure if he could trust the passage of time in this surreal ordeal. With a deep breath, he stepped inside, half expecting the jungle to reclaim the world once again, but the convenience store remained as it should be: mundane, familiar, and eerily quiet. Jake couldn't shake the feeling that he had glimpsed into the fragile fabric of reality, a place where the boundaries between worlds blurred and the ordinary could transform into the unimaginable.
If you enjoyed this short creepy story, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so that you are notified when we upload. We are a new channel trying to learn and grow, and your support means everything. Thank you, and we'll see you for another edition to the Creepy Collective. Peace out.